What's up, guys? Callum from Westwood Table Soccer here. Welcome back to the channel. We have got a brand new series starting today. We are going to be looking at a Chelsea Football Club frame build. Now, you're probably sat there wondering already when you've clicked on this video, why are we looking at Chelsea? It's just blue, blue, white in it. Yes, but with Chelsea, as I've discovered quite recently in another frame build I did but didn't record, it's the subtle details in Chelsea that you can pick up on a 0-0 scale Subbuteo figure that make these special. So we're going to be looking at today the introduction, the first 4 kits. We're going to look at painting entirely, and we're also going to be talking socks. Now, why are we talking socks? Because socks in a lot of football kits, even in actual football kits, not just Subbuteo, can really make a kit pop and set them off. If you get the socks wrong, it can all go wrong. One that springs to mind straight away is, you remember the Holland kit, orange, white, and it had these sky blue socks. The colour balances just work so well together, and that palette works so well together that those socks really set off the rest of the kit. So we're going to be talking a few socks, and we're going to look at and we're going to show you guys how we built up the first 4 kits in this frame. So let's get going then, and let's have a look at some socks. So the first sock we've got then is actually our very first kit in the frame. Now the sock we are trying to do, you will see on the right hand side of the screen now. And what we've done is we've created it on our Subbuteo figure here. Now, obviously, as you can see, we have 2 white rings inside of the sock. The sock predominantly is black. Now, we'll always start from the top down when it comes to socks. Get that first black ring round. Then we add the second in there, and then we fill the rest of the space in black. Same on the other side. Slightly different shapes on the socks, but exactly the same principle. And as you can see, that's how you make that double white ring on a single colour. You could paint the white if you wanted to, but with this one, just doing the 2 thin black and then the solid black here is faster than doing the whole black and then the white. Plus you've got the risk that the white is going to have some shadowing coming through from underneath. Kit number 2 we've got then is another. This is a really interesting sock actually. This is probably going to make the kit look pretty special. You can see it on the right hand side, the sock that we are trying to recreate there. Now what we have is the black, the white, the blue, and the white, and then the black again. So the sock again is predominantly black. Again, we start from the top, so we added that black line in. The white space here is just empty white plastic space. So we did the black, painted the blue band round, and then the black down here. So again, we left this white. Again, you could paint it if you wanted to, but we decided to leave it here. There's no reason to paint it on here. So as you can see, you get a really nice balance of colours, and it's actually, a very tidy looking sock. So yeah, that one's how we did that one. Next one is a standard double ring. With this one, because it's a dark colour, so it's a darker blue going on to the yellow here, what we did was painted the whole sock yellow, because I don't know if you can just about see at the top there is actually a yellow at the top. The 2 blue rings on the sock and not on top, and then one down. So there's a yellow ring that goes on the top there. So we painted the whole sock yellow, and then we just added the 2 blue rings round, just trying to keep them symmetrical. Gap in between, left it yellow. Lovely little colour balance in there. It's quite a nice and simple one to do. You don't want to have too much paint on your brush when you do it, but it's an effective looking sock. Next one is a little bit of a later kit. We've skipped a couple out because they're just plain white socks. There's not really a lot to see. So this guy is a 90s sock, and it's just a solid colour top. Now with the Santiago figure, you get a moulded sort of indent into the socks, which signifies the top and the base of the sock. So all you have to do is just make sure that you stay on that indent, so that last line of paint goes into that indent, follow the sock line round, and then you get your balance of colour between the main sock and the sock top, and then later on the boots. Nice and easy, nice and simple one to do, but thought we'd show you it anyway. And the final one we're going to look at today is this one with just a single band round. Now again, with this one, we take that blue line and we drag it around that indent that's in the sock, so that you get an equal distance from top to bottom of the sock, and it gives you a nice straight line to try and follow. If you're staying in the indent, then you'll have a nice straight hoop to go around. Right, I know, you can't take any more. The heart rate is racing, socks are exciting. But trust me, they are. They genuinely are. Have a look at socks on kits sometimes and you'll see when they get it right, it just flows perfectly all the way through and up the kit. But in Subbuteo, it really, really matters because they're actually quite a big part of a Subbuteo kit. And as I said, they can really help to bring out other colours. So what we're going to look at now is we're going to look at the painting of those first 4 kits and how we create certain elements and how we do them and how we get those colour balances in. So let's have a look at that. Hopefully there's going to be some tips in here for you guys that are interested in your painting work. So hopefully there's going to be some tips and hints in here for you. In fact, say hopefully, I know there is. So yeah, let's go. Here we are then, we've got our custom colour mix in here. It's a combination of 3 colours in our peel packets as we explained in our Q&A number 2 video. And what we're going to do with it is we're going to cover the entire shirt in this colour. So just move that out the way there. In terms of paint loading, it doesn't really matter. We're just going to cover that entire shirt from here and we'll time lapse the rest. Our next guy then is this guy here from 1964. Now I had to do the thin bands off camera because the camera gets in the way. There's a white space at the bottom of the cuff line and then 2 thin blue lines and then a thin blue line around the collar with a white space atop. The next stage we're going to go through is to just frame out a white space on the shorts. Now it's a short stripe down there, we want to try and make it as straight and clean as possible. So being really, really careful to try and get this rear frame line straight. And we're going to bring one around the front. If you make a mistake with this, it's not a massive issue because it's white and we do have a pretty good white acrylic we can use to fill in the gap. But yeah, so there is our frame. I'm just going to finish the frame off and fill in the space. Just finish the last bits off of the shorts here before we come on to do this next little bit of the shirt. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to load up the brush and we're going to start from the top of the sleeve and come down. So we're just going to add some paint to the top and come down towards where you want to leave that white space. 2 reasons for this. First one is it gives me a better eye view of the white space that I'm going to be leaving by the cuff line. If I try and start by the cuff line and I mess it up, it's gone forever. But if we bring that paint down from the top, we can stop ourselves, and it also means that we've lost some of the paint on the brush before we get down there, so there's less chance of an overpaint if we've got too much paint on the brush or if we apply too much pressure. So for the purposes of this, we're just going to finish off this sleeve as if it was just the sleeve on its own, because I'm going to leave that space and come back and have a look at the collar in a minute.
second sleeve's done there. What we want to do is bring a really small blue area around. I build this up from both sides of the collar. Now I appreciate you can't see this that well on the camera, but what I'm just looking to do is leave an even amount of white space between this blue line that I'm bringing now, trying to match it with the white space that we've left at the top, and then join them in together. As you can see with there, done a pretty good job, and then all we're going to do now is get on with filling in the rest of this space on the shirt in blue to finish this player off. This next guy then is the 1970 FA Cup replay kit with a yellow socks. Now the shirt's fairly simple on this one, it's just a solid blue, so we're going to start with that, again starting at the sleeves just to make sure that we get the sort of main areas framed, so that then when we come to fill in those spaces in the blue, we're not going to run the risk of over painting onto the already painted flesh line. So we'll just time lapse here. The main blue space on the shirt is done. Now remember, we left some yellow short stripes already pre-painted on here, so what we want to do is bring these blue frame lines as close to up against that yellow line as we can. We don't want to take anything away from that yellow line because we're not going to be able to add it in that easily, but we're going to bring our paint line down here nice and clean on both sides, and then we're just going to frame the bottom of the shorts before we fill them in all in blue. Now always frame these areas, because what I don't want to do is run the risk of, when I'm trying to do my big block fill, over painting and get it on the skin. So we frame those in, and then as you're about to see, as we
Okay guys, that is the end of this video there. I hope that the guys are interested in the painting and found it useful. I hope if there's any Chelsea fans watching it, that they've enjoyed looking at those first few kits getting built. And yeah, so I just hope you find it interesting. If you have, please leave a like on this video. If you are new to the channel, then guys, please click subscribe. We want to keep building these up. We're up over 400 now. I think we're nearly at 430. The first real massive milestone I'm aiming for is 1,000, guys. I need to get to 1,000. I really want to get to 1,000, so I need you guys to help me by clicking that subscribe button. Do not forget our partners at oldschoolfootball.co.uk. I've still got 10% off using code Westwood10. There's a link in the description down below. Absolutely everything on their website, 10% off using code Westwood10. Local business, these guys are doing it, sticking it out through all this sort of difficult time that we're in, and they're doing a great job. We've got some of their stuff here. It's brilliant. Once again, a shout out to my man Sampledelic Sounds for doing all the music for me. Again, his link is in the description. Guys, that is it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again on episode 2. And if you want to have a little look, there's going to be some other videos kicking around at the end of this video that you can click on if you haven't already. Thank you very much. Stay safe.